Welcome to another episode of Behind the Business. Episode 2, I've got two guests and a special guest, Chelsa Edmonds, who's actually from the Sacramento pocket area, and her husband, who's the main guest, Mark Edmonds.
Awesome. Hi. Thank
Great to
you.
be here. Thanks, Max.
Chelsa and Mark have been working together as partners in the business, but also as partners in life. And you got this product, Mark. What is the product that you're working on?
Well, it's a hemp wear clothing line. I've started with hemp socks and hemp beanies. I have some hemp baseball hats that have just come out. This is the prototype. I have a flat brim hat here, as well as a dad hat, more of a traditional
Okay.
baseball hat shape. And then I have some other prototypes in the works for t-shirts, pants. Those will be coming out this summer. And then in the fall, I'm looking at some sweatsuits and things for the gym. The concept is that it is a clothing line predominantly manufactured from the hemp fiber, and it's designed to excel for movement, endurance, longevity, and sustainability, as well as style.
Nice. You're the mastermind behind these creations. How about Chelsa? Chelsa, how did he rope you into this, or what's your part in the business?
I mean, Mark and I always see eye to eye. Mark has had this vision to create something that was sustainable and durable and stylish for quite some time. And then we decided that the time was right, that the vision felt actionable. And so he took action. And I support him by actually using the product every single day in the gym.
What is this, man? You've got all kinds of medals around your neck. What happened here? What's the story?
Yeah, so that's when I won first place at a bodybuilding competition in San Diego. This was actually the first bodybuilding competition I ever entered into. I trained for exactly 10 weeks and then I hit the stage and I won. And I had heard that it was impossible for a vegan to build muscle. I decided to bust that myth.
You're a vegan. All right.
Yes.
Is that your coach there with you?
That's my coach and my darling husband. Yeah. So Mark
Oh.
literally was my nutritionist. He was my motivational coach. And he was just my number one fan.
Man, you're looking pretty buff there, my friend. Now, you guys, are you both vegans, or what's going on here?
Yeah, we've been vegan for about 5 years, actually. So that was something that Chelsa started around that time and introduced me to, and I quickly embraced it when I realized the benefits of it. And we haven't really looked back. So we've been really consistent, completely vegan for all of those years. And we do definitely embrace the bodybuilding and kind of cross-training lifestyle in general. We're regulars at the gym.
Yeah, now, Chelsea, one thing I wanted to clarify. For some reason, I thought you'd actually gone to the same high school as my daughter, which is John F. Kennedy High here in the pocket area of Sacramento. What was that confusion all about?
I could walk to Kennedy from my house. So I grew up in that Hidden Lake Circle street. So I'm very familiar with Kennedy. My cousins went to Kennedy, but I was a private school girly. So I went to St. Francis Catholic All Girls High School.
Oh, okay. Are you guys both Catholic?
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
right.
Proud Catholic. But I actually wasn't Catholic at that time, ironically. I was raised Baptist, as I think a lot of African Americans are. So I'm more used to the call and response type of energy. But then I got with Mark and we were going to mass regularly and I decided to convert.
Now, Mark, I've known you for quite a while. Gosh, I don't know. It's probably been maybe 5 years plus or something.
probably closer to 10 years.
I was excited a while back when getting to know you through all the adventures of your life story. The most exciting part, I think, was when you met Chelsa and you guys started dating. And you guys have so much in common. I mean, it's incredible, especially with you guys both being into fitness, social media, and different things like that. Now, one of the things I thought was kind of exciting, I think I remember being one of your guys' cheerleaders when you're talking about when and how to get married. And we actually were able to encourage you to, what did we do? Get married about 4 months earlier?
Yeah, definitely fast tracked it. We were engaged, I believe, well, in July,
Yeah.
early July.
He proposed to me the day before my birthday. It was so cute. It was so unexpected. July 3rd. Gorgeous. I had no idea. And then like 4 months later, November 1st, we were married. But it wasn't necessarily, we weren't trying to make it very traditional. I never even thought I would get married at all. And so I didn't have some deep, lovely fantasy about a wedding. We looked into it and realized that logistically, this wasn't something we wanted to like spend a ton of money on. We just wanted to have it recognized in front of our church, in front of our family and our loved ones. And we wanted to fully commit to a life together. So, it only took us about a month. It took us 1 month actually to like really plan everything out. And we were ready to get married November 1st, which is symbolic to us because it's All Saints Day.
You know what I tell people when it comes to getting married and having kids, sometimes the sooner the better because you get better tax deductions and tax effect. I know that was part of the reason why me being a money guy, I was saying, hey, let's go for it, guys. Yeah, so that was just so exciting. All right, let's see some weightlifting pictures.
Yeah, so on
Whoa, all right.
these days, I actually train specifically my glutes. You're probably wondering why the glutes in bodybuilding. So bikini focuses on only a few particular elements of your body, your shoulders, your like core, your glutes, your legs. The whole point is to have an hourglass figure. I have to train my glutes with a trainer. And so every Tuesday for an hour, I put myself through hell in order to grow my glutes and have a really defined physique. No surgeries have been undertaken. I don't even do like supplement. I barely do my protein shake. I literally just lift very heavy weights consistently. I do weights for about 45 minutes to an hour. Again, when I train, it's 1 hour. And then I do cardio, weights, cardio, abs. That's it. That's the secret sauce. And the diet, right? Vegan diet.
And the sock.
The
Awesome.
socks. Honestly, any picture you'll
All
see
right.
the socks. I wear them every single day. Yeah, those are Doc Flossin.
Looks like very important in the glute workout is the footwear because a lot of times you're using the feet, either pulling or pressing and whatnot. Eh?
Yeah, as Mark said earlier, endurance was really part of the focus and the design. And so at my most extreme or intense elements of training, I was training for 3 hours a day in the gym. And I would wear Doc Flossins the whole time, and I had zero issues. Like no blisters, no, the socks weren't coming down, which is great because when you are training with that much intensity on that few calories, because I was in a caloric deficit, you need everything to work. Like you can't focus on anything but getting the job done. And Doc Flossins helped me do that.
Nice. I need to get some more footwear because I'll tell you, as I get older, being 55 now, my gosh, my feet are starting to break down a little bit, especially when I'm doing those heavy squats and things like that. So glad to know that Doc Flossins might hold up. It looks like Instagram might be your biggest following. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I'd say so. So what I'm focused on, I think right now is really one-on-one human interaction, but I do great in person. So, my clients are usually people who know me, and I just created the TikToks, the Instagrams, all those things in order to amplify. The numbers don't really translate to the actual impact that I'm having. We're still working on it because I think it's worth investing in, right? This is how new people get to discover you.
Yeah, Chelsa creates really inspirational content. And I feel like everywhere we go and everybody that we see that knows her and has seen the content is so complimentary. And a lot of the lives that we know, people that never worked out, now they're hitting the gym because they're thinking, I want to be like Chelsa, or they're, making healthier dietary choices because they see what we're eating and cooking and that kind of thing. And they realize that, oh yeah, you can still, look good and make gains on a vegan diet, that kind of thing. And Chelsa's put out a workout plan too, which has been really popular with younger people that are just kind of learning the ropes of going to the gym, especially Gen Z women.
Yeah.
Chelsa, you're put down here as a coach. Is that right? A personal coach? Is that
Personal
what you're
coach.
doing?
It's more about self-development. I think fitness is a key component because I feel like if you don't have your physical self together, it's very hard to actualize yourself in other areas of your life. But the focus is not on fitness. The focus is on using emotional intelligence to go after the life that you want to have. So I do keep it broad in particular because a lot of people that I meet have different interests and goals, but it's very goal oriented, meaning what is the objective? Where do we ultimately want to be? And then I can coach you along the way using emotional intelligence and fitness experience, expertise, if you will.
Thanks so much for joining us, Chelsa. We look forward to getting in touch. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
Thank you. And thank you so much for all the help that you've provided to us over the course of the years that I've known you. Truly, Mark's life has been a roller coaster, right? He's lived many lives in one, and it's been nice to have someone who's so consistent and reliable and knowledgeable as you. So thank
Oh,
you.
wow. Well, yeah, well, you're very welcome. And, we're in an amazingly good chapter of Mark's life right now, the best ever. And
I see it.
you're a big part of that.
Thank you.
Transformative part of it.
Well, I hope you guys have a good chat.
Have a great day, rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that was amazing. I had a great time.
Yeah, she's a star.
If you don't mind, what's the story behind the nickname Doc Flossin?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, I have cared about fashion and style for some period of time. I was honored as best dressed in my medical school class. It's just sort of a nickname, Flossin, that I acquired. And then as I became a medical doctor, it sort of transformed or was amended with Doc, so Doc Flossins. And Flossin, it really is like an old school term, kind of a street term for stylish or fashionable.
So when you're on the soft concrete, no.
I think I got my first skateboard in 1979, a little like plastic penny board from Kmart. I think it cost $3. And my brother and I would butt board right on our bottoms down the hill. This is something that I've done throughout my life. It's a great lifestyle, really. It has a super strong community that I love, that's very supportive. We really support one another regardless of our backgrounds, our locations, our ages. Just something that I really love to do. And when I'm doing it, I'm not thinking about all the other things in life, the stressors and that.
What is your day job, so to speak, when you're not busy promoting your business?
Well, I'm a medical doctor that I'm involved in blood transfusion medicine. So my role is really to oversee the health and safety of blood donors, as well as patients that receive therapeutic phlebotomy. I also have oversight of the laboratory, which processes blood into components for therapeutic transfusion, as well as tests those products to make sure that they are pure and potent and safe for transfusion. And then finally, I do a bit of consulting role for hospitals that are served with blood products in terms of helping them understand transfusion reactions, or consulting for patients that have complicated transfusion needs or that may need specialized products.
Let's see, there are two ways to live: as if nothing is a miracle, or as if everything is a miracle.
Do you know who said that?
Is that Mark Edmonds?
No, unfortunately, but it was actually Einstein who has the same personality type as I do.
Oh, what personality type is that?
It's, well, by Myers-Briggs, it's the logician, which is INTP, introverted, intuitive, thinking, perceiving.
Well, who's that? Mark, you look like Doogie Howser there.
I was a newly minted medical student. So that was a picture that was taken at my white coat ceremony, 2002. So I was actually about 28 in that picture there.
What is this? Is this Navajo artwork we have here?
Yeah, these are some of the early days, actually. I was born in Los Angeles. Some pictures with my family there, my brother, my older brother. So I'm the little guy.
Let's take a look at the next one. Oh, what? Oh no, you got into the whole punk scene.
Actually, on the guitar in the background in the black shirt, that's my brother. So he was the front man for a band called Oxidizer in Minneapolis. And actually, when I graduated college, I filled in for them. They had trouble hanging on to bass players. So I went out there. He gave me like a 1-week course in bass guitar, basically just a few notes needed for every song. Still enjoy the music scene. Just some more shots there, kind of my development. I was in scouting. I was in Eagle Scout, great love for the outdoors, and definitely kind of the service and community. I went to medical school and did a surgical internship at UCLA. And then after that, I did residency in clinical pathology, which is essentially laboratory medicine, followed by a fellowship in blood banking and transfusion medicine. So that was kind of the development of my professional career.
How long ago did you start in the blood bank?
Well, I started that clinical pathology residency in 2007 and I finished my fellowship in 2011. So I was, working in and around that department beginning around 2007.
Now it looks like we got, what is this, 3 beautiful children?
Yep, that's right. So,
And just like you followed in your father's footsteps, it looks like they're following in your footsteps. Is that right?
to an extent, yeah, this is them a little bit younger. They were going to St. Anne's Catholic School in San Francisco, and I was the Cub Scout leader for the boys for a few years. This was 2021, so this was just before I proposed to Chelsa that these pictures were taken. I was sharing with my team at work. I had plans to propose to her because, she really is the most positive person in my life.
Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, you guys are vegans. Oh, this is what you actually eat.
Very colorful food, and we do emphasize protein. We eat a lot of tofu, tempeh, seitan, things like that to get our protein count up. But yeah, lots of great produce, seasonal stuff.
Just in the spirit of reaching out to Sacramento, you are looking to reach out to retailers in the Sacramento area, Mark. If you could say one thing to retailers and how they can reach out to you, and if you have anything special to say to them, why don't we end up on that note?
As retailers, I would love to partner with you. I love supporting local communities and retailers that share my vision of having sustainable, quality, durable products in their stores that their customers will love, that they can do what they do better in. These products are made for movement. They're very comfortable. They're very breathable. And the hemp fiber is extremely durable, so you get a long wear out of these products. I'm wearing my beanie here. You can wear it all day long in the gym, outside, when it's cold, when it's hot. Even if it gets wet, it's still insulated. The socks are designed the same way. With the fiber, you can actually make things much thinner and form-fitting and more comfortable, but without compromising the durability. And you're not wreaking havoc on the landfill with your synthetic blends. And cotton, frankly, is an inferior product, which requires much more land and much more water to produce. So if you're looking to partner with somebody who can give you these quality hemp products that will really last a long time, make your customers very happy, and help support their activities in your community, please consider partnering with me. I work very well with smaller vendors that have smaller orders. I can support smaller MOQs and provide you relatively rapid response times when you need more inventory. We can work season to season, and I'll still offer you wholesale pricing. So please check me out. Reach out to me directly at Doc Flossin, DOCFLOSSIN, at docflossins.com. You can learn more about my brand at the website, docflossins.com, and you can follow me on socials at @blossins. So I'd love to hear from you, love to work with you, would love to get these products for you and for your community in Sacramento.
Mark, it's been an honor having you. And as always, it's been refreshing to meet with you. You always have a good time, whether we're talking business or personal. It's great to have you as a friend, a client, and now as a guest on the podcast. So thank you so much, Mark. Looking forward to getting this video edited for you and out to the public.
Thank you, Max. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun.